If you buy off-plan property in Dubai this year, you are destined to lose money. They are bound to now release their next development, which is called Ghaf Woods. Welcome to What's the Deal? My name is Jack from Edwards & Towers, and today I'm going to tell you that if you buy off-plan property in Dubai this year, you are destined to lose money. I'm also going to take you through a non-partial piece of advice for any property investors, highlighting only one development that I think is worth your time and energy and hard-earned money at the moment. As we know, property developers over the last 3 years have become a little bit greedy. We've just come through a very aggressive 3-year property boom, mostly led by Russia and the Ukraine geopolitical issues. That has seen a huge amount of demand pressure being put onto this market, and in particular, the off-plan segment has gone through the roof. What I'm here to do today is go through one development in particular from a very well-known publicly listed company here in the UAE. They have not only shown their expertise in their first master development called Talal Al Ghaf, they are bound to now release their next development, which is called Ghaf Woods. Over the last 10 years, I've helped numerous investors secure their properties here in the UAE and further afield to my home country in England. We help with the full solution. Planning for retirement is one of the main goals and strategies for many investing in property, which is one of the most secure asset classes going. That said, with the current state of affairs in this market, you have to tread with quite a lot of caution. Payment plans have become less friendly to investors. End users have seen the last 12 months of high interest rates that will be coming back into the market. And I'm here today to help you navigate this, what can be an absolute minefield. The biggest risk for property investors at the moment is that they're buying off-plan properties ready in 3 years' time at the same price as secondary properties or ready properties on the market today. What would you do? Pay 2,000 dirhams a square foot and 100% of that payment in 3 years before you can earn anything on that property, or buy something for the same price and have 3 years of income ahead of you? It's a no-brainer. So during my career, I've never sold Damac. I have never sold a Nikhil development. I've only really concentrated on the top-tier developers who are renowned for doing a good job. Fundamentally, it comes down to quality, location, price, alongside, if you're buying off-plan, payment plan. What we've seen over the last 3 years for a lot of the big developers is that they've chased after gaining as much market share from their competitors as possible, which is fine. They're a commercial organization, and they have to show after COVID to their shareholders the 30% year-on-year growth. So the likes of these big developers have really only looked at their profit margins. Okay, what's that done for you as a property investor? It means that the payment plans have become more unfriendly, and the price per square foot right now doesn't look very attractive when buying off-plan compared to the ready market. Now, this is what we saw back in 2016 when Emaar, for example, were left with a huge amount of stock in the inventory, especially in Dubai Creek Harbour. I remember when I was showing people around in Dubai Creek Harbour selling off-plan, I had a 3-bedroom in the Creekside North residence for 4.2 million, directly from Emaar. Brilliant. 3-year post-handover payment plan. The same property was on the ready market for 3.4 million. So Emaar obviously couldn't drop their prices purely, well, I believe, not that I've ever worked for Emaar, but I believe the joint venture or the lender that they went into business with for that development, which is Dubai Creek Harbour, Emaar had to honour those high interest rate payments. So when the market tanked 30%, Emaar were left in a pretty tough position. That's why they didn't, or rather they couldn't, afford to drop the prices. So it was actually beneficial for them for when the market did pick up that the secondary market level actually met again the off-plan price, and that's when they could actually sell that stock. But it was lying in that inventory for about 5 years. Crazy. Anyway, fast forward to today. What I believe that you should be focusing on the most is the outer areas of Dubai where the community offering is completely unique. People are now sick and tired of the same old communities where it's just a flat piece of sand and you've just got rows and rows and rows of houses, all back to back, no real views, and it's just the standard amenities. Swimming pool, gym, kids' playground. Great. What people are looking for now is something a little bit more unique. They want to feel like they're in nature. They want to involve their children more with playing outdoors, rather than, well, all parents now are conscious of the amount of screen time their kids are having. So get them outside, get them in nature. Now, Ghaf Woods from Majid Al Futtaim, based on Talal Al Ghaf and the success story of that community. Let me just talk about that for a quick moment. I watched the evolution of Talal Al Ghaf when it launched in its early stages, which was affordable townhouses. If you bought in Talal Al Ghaf back in 2000, you would have made at least 1.7 or 120% on your investment. Okay? So you could have bought a townhouse in Talal Al Ghaf for 1.3 million. You can sell it today for 3.2 million. That's crazy. However, you could only do that because it's Majid Al Futtaim's first community, and what they've done there is exceptional. Huge blue crystal lagoon, and 40% of the community, it has these, really lush green landscaped areas. Okay, when you go into that community, despite it being under only a year old, with people actually living there, lots of it under construction, it feels like it's been there for years, which is really, really, really nice. Not only that, but after the affordable townhouses came, then we started to go into more of the luxury segment. 4 and 5 bedroom standalone villas. The first ones are handing over in around 3 to 4 weeks, called Harmony. They're brilliant. 4,200 square feet for a 4-bed. Brand new in a super affluent community. You're looking now at 2,000 dirhams a square foot for one of those villas. Around 8 million or there or thereabouts. Okay? From there, Majid Al Futtaim noticed obviously the market correcting and more luxury properties and the demand for these types of homes from all of these millionaires moving to Dubai. Then transpired that they needed to tweak their architecture somewhat and deliver a different product to that for that demographic. So now they started to roll out the larger Elysian Mansions, Alea Gardens, and right up to the Lanai Islands, which are massive 85 million dirham villas on a private island. Okay, so the evolution of that community is tremendous, and actually how fluid Majid Al Futtaim were to make those changes to the designs to meet that demand demographic was phenomenal for me, and big well done to Majid Al Futtaim. There are no apartments in Talal Al Ghaf. It's only townhouses and villas, and it shares the community with RGS, so one of the key schools in the UAE. How nice would it be for you to walk your children to school, or if your kids could ride their bikes to school? You don't really get that much here in the UAE, but you do get it in Europe. And with a lot of expats moving over, they are still chasing what they had when they were growing up in the European or Western countries of riding your bike to school, walking to school. Okay? So, Majid Al Futtaim, nearly finished now the Serenity Mansions, which is the final phase, starting at 26 million dirhams for a stunning 6-bedroom villa. You can get actually 3 different designs depending on the location within the community. They've now finished pretty much that villa and townhouse community. Their next focus is Ghaf Woods. I was talking about uniqueness of amenities and people searching for something else as an offering to where they live. Ghaf Woods ticks that box. It is surrounded by nature, fully pedestrianised community consisting of only apartments. Okay? The location is just between Al Barari and Arabian Ranches 3, which I'll be able to show you now on the map. If you're familiar with where Global Village is, Arabian Ranches and Al Barari, The location for Ghaf Woods sits just next to Global Village. It's going to be a fully pedestrianised woodland community, so access is superb if you're working in downtown, DIFC, or even towards Internet City and Media City. The new expansion road of Hesse Street is key as well. That is actually going to speed up travel time towards Shakespeare Road and down towards Dubai Marina for what can be a real pain at the moment of traveling along that road. The new Al Fai Road also, which is linking up the back Emirates Road, cutting that really quiet road between Damac Hills and Talal Al Ghaf, kind of the back of Studio City at the moment. So really, really accessible, and a lot of people are obviously wanting to be a little bit further out to get better pricing. This is the same line, guys, as Arabian Ranches 2. So, you're not too far out. With a community offering like that, it's for sure well worth the commute to work, with obviously some pretty good neighborhoods around you. Al Barara in particular is extremely popular. There is talks, although it hasn't been confirmed yet, that the Latifa bin Hamdan Road, which cuts through between Nad Al Shiba and Dubai Hills, that's going to be finished, which will then kind of give access to the Opal Gardens development from Nakheel, and also that area of Meydan, which is District 11. I think most of you will be familiar with that. It's where most of the Emirates pilots are housed at the moment, and there's a couple of townhouse projects there. One called The Fields, and the other one, which is the designer one from Eli Saab. So that road is going to link up then past Deep Dive Dubai, which is again takes you directly through to Al Khail. So really, in terms of a location, it's key. And with the new expansion plans for the new airport, DWC Airport, it's going to be a long-term investment strategy as well, because you've got this easy access straight to the airport from there. I always advise property investors to purchase properties in appealing communities that's going to be really attractive to end users and families, because they normally keep the property as their own and are tenants of yours for many years to come. Ghaf Woods is a family-friendly and end-user-focused community surrounded by a forest, mountain bike trail, and the apartments are obviously a larger size than the average. If you do want to hear more information about this development and actually book a meeting either with myself or the team at Edwards & Towers, please get in touch.